My name is Miles Brandon. I'm from Oakland, California. We're in Los Angeles, California. SoCal. Give me a second to plug everything in. I was gonna buy one of those things. I was like, hey man, let me buy a piece of wood that's $2 and get it cut at Home Depot 7 different ways and prop all my shit up. You know what I mean? I guess the main gift that I choose to express is music, and then also like other things like writing within music, production, make songs. Also working on a brand called The Grateful Dread, and just overall creative person, just a lover of many like things that involve art or anything that's someone else or me expressing myself or expressing themselves. But the desire comes from, honestly, just myself. That's how I express myself. I have trouble like using words sometimes and talking to people and explaining myself through that. So like I learned like early on, like if I feel a way, I can translate that into music. So I used to have like a little like plastic keyboard. I used to play that. I was in band and shit. Play guitar growing up. So all these things have kind of helped molded my communication and how I feel in a way that a lot of people will turn that into frustration or like a negative thing from just like how I express myself and how I'm feeling. And every time I'm feeling down and I do something, I feel better. So it's like, that's where it comes from, really. I like that, yeah.
So when you sampled the song, did you know what you wanted to do, or you just sampled it?
I never know.
Huh?
I never know what I'm doing. It's just a feeling. I don't even want to push it out because I'm like, fuck. I set a goal and I didn't meet that goal, so I'm like, let me put this shit out. But a lot of times when I put things out, I think that it can use more time, but it doesn't necessarily, time doesn't determine if it's good. So I would say it's every few times I have a song that I make, I'm like, oh, this is the one, because like you get this like weird feeling like of like the best song ever feeling. I think that's what it's called. Not necessarily to everyone else. It's not about everyone else, about yourself, but you'll get a feeling of like almost leveling up, like you reach a new level with like a new song. Like, oh, like it may be a skill I've learned. Maybe like I EQ'd this a different way, or I did this mix a different way, or I did this or did that a different way, and it's better than last time. Or sometimes it's hey, I took this out and I have less of something, and it just like sounds sonically how I want it to sound. It's really just a weird feeling, you know? And I think everybody has their own thing of just how to interpret their feelings. And then once you feel that feeling or the beat knocks, you know what I mean? I used to compare myself, like I wanted a certain sound, like whatever artist A, and I was artist B, I wanted that artist A sound. But now it's just like, fuck all that. Like, I just want it to sound good to me. Man, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to be in a bubble. I don't want to be like anybody else. Like, I don't want to be suffocated. Cause I've done those things and I sacrificed music for years. But I always came back to it, I always was involved with it. But now more than ever, because of the pandemic and shit, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, I'm really in tune and was blessed and able to find a space where it keeps me going. And also, it brings back good memories. I've been doing this since I was like literally 16, 15 years old, like freestyling. And it just brings back those memories. And also, it's fun, you know? Like, even if I never made a dime for music, I'm gonna do it. It's personal goals I want to accomplish, and it's kind of fun, like creating something out of nothing. It's awesome. And with music, my future is, I'm gonna be honest, man, like a lot of people have difficulty understanding the type of shit that I do, because it's kind of foreign to them. But I think how the shift of music is going, that it's going to make sense to a lot of people. You know, because everyone's getting tired of cookie cutter, cut and paste shit. And that's the only reason why I do what I do, is like I'm going against the grain. So I think musically, like as far as my own projects, I think that I'm just going to continue to push things out, and however people interpret it, it's going to be good. I'm be happy with it, but I know I'm always going to have a group of people who love it. Went to Guitar Center yesterday, and the lady told me that for every one person that doesn't like your music, 3 people do. So that's cool, like, you know what I mean? That's how it's looking. And also, it's looking like I'm not going to focus so much on the U.S., other countries. As far as other endeavors that I'm doing with art and shit, like clothing line with the Grateful Dread. And then also, I have some land in Arizona, so I'm really just trying to get into more urban farming and just like pretty much be self-sustaining. Like I don't need anything or anyone. I just want to be able to sustain myself and just create art. Just be happy, you know what I mean? Straight up.
Real deal, make a true say that she meet me at the bottom of the bottle. Yeah, baby, you bad, that's tomato to the models. I be on the road, that's Chicago to Telago. Yeah, I got bottles who don't. Sometimes they disappear with the smoke. Skip the small talk, I won't smoke.
Although I see the end result, no, because I can't. Like, I used to in the past, but I feel like that would kind of, you're focused on the end goal. I mean, I think it's good to have goals, right? It's good to have an end to whatever you're doing. That's how life is. We're born to die, and everything has an end, beginning and end, blah, blah, blah. But I tried, like you said, yeah, I guess you're right. The journey, the process is what's fun. Learning and failing. And when I first started doing music, quick story, like, this is a quick story. When I first started doing music, I was going to Expressions in Emeryville. This is like 2006. I met Tony Tone. I was fucking with them, and I met DJ Torre. But all this shit, there was no. My ending in my mind that I wanted was like a contract or like a record split deal or some bullshit. It never fucking happened. But the journey was, I met all these amazing people, and now the tables have turned. Not saying that many better, but it's like now some of these people are reaching out to me now, and even though they're still the man and human beings that they are, right? The tables are kind of turned. It's like I have a new perspective that they didn't have, and now people kind of respect what I'm doing, you know what I mean? And they kind of just want a little bit of input. So I think, yeah, it's all about the journey, man. Because I think once you reach your destination, you're done. You know what I mean? Like if you're destined to do something, you're destined to complete a task. And once that happens, like you're pretty much dead, bro. You know what I mean? There's no more journeys. Like the shoe store, you don't see it. Last time you've seen the fucking journeys, huh? You don't see it. If you made a store called Destinations, that would be hard.
We'll do one last question.
One last.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Like Homer's Odyssey here.
I got you.
Give your
Yeah.
title.
Damn, that's a tough one. I think it would be. I like funny shit, so it's gonna be something hella funny. I think it would be this. I wish I. No. Wait. Give the journey a title. I would say. Oh, I got it. I would say. I'm mud walking, you know what I mean? No, because everything I do, there's resistance and there's some type of something that shouldn't work. It looks like mud, but I'm gonna walk through this mud. You know what I mean? I'm mud walking, baby. Oh, great question. So I have Instagram, probably most active on there out of all social networks. So it's Miles, Miles, N64, 64. Also, if you go on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, any streaming service or platform, it's Miles Brandon, MILESBRANDON. Google, but that's pretty much it. Also, thegratefulDread.com. So, the Grateful Dread, the Grateful is spelled incorrectly, just how you were trained not to spell it, but that's the correct way. It's pretty much where you can find me, man. Other than that, you can find me like randomly in Oakland or some shit, or LA somewhere. You know what I mean? So, other than that, you know what I mean? You can find me online. So, yeah.
I know you don't care, I've been on a bender all day.